When I got to Rutgers, I knew I wanted to major in French and cultural anthropology, and I knew that a big part of that for me would be spending a year abroad. And of course, my destination of choice was France. I emailed the study abroad office about what programs they had abroad in France. They sent me to their website, and I looked. There was a program in Tours and a program in Paris. So I compared the features of the different programs, and I decided I would rather be in Paris because it's a huge city. There's so much culture there. There's enough museums to keep you busy for a year, and it's a great hub for traveling around France and for exploring Europe. Before I left Rutgers, I talked to my advisor in the anthropology department, and I told her I'd really like to do some research while I'm in Paris. So together we crafted this project so that I could research the French student perspective on the American presidential election. So once I got to France, I started talking to as many students as I could and asked them their thoughts about the election, about the candidates. The French were very enthusiastic about the American elections. In January, the mayor of Paris opened up the Hôtel de Ville, which is the Paris town hall, and it's a building that tourists are typically not allowed into. And he opened a huge hall for a celebration of Obama's inauguration, and they projected it on a big screen, and they served champagne and finger foods, and all the Americans in Paris were there, so it was a great way to celebrate. The French are famous for going on strike, so of course that happened while I was in Paris. Students were protesting government reforms that had been proposed for the university system. The strike came to be known as Le Printemps des Chaises, which means the spring of chairs, because you would walk into a classroom and there would be no chairs, and then you'd walk somewhere else and there would be a barricade built of chairs. So they're very creative in their protesting techniques. Some teachers were able to have classes. They were very creative with making up classes outside in parks. We had class in the Louvre because the art history building was blockaded, so we just went to the museum and actually looked at the paintings. Students love to go to the parks to have picnics. We did that sitting in front of the Eiffel Tower one night, and it's just kind of surreal. You can't believe that you're sitting in front of the Eiffel Tower just relaxing and having a picnic. There are a lot of long weekends and vacations throughout the school year, so it's very easy to travel. The Rutgers program and the MISAFA exchange program arrange a few weekend trips or day trips to different locations in France. So I was able to visit Normandy, Champagne, the World War I battlefields, the Mont Saint-Michel. I got a job teaching English. I was an assistante d'anglais at a French high school, and I was a supplement to their regular English classes. So I didn't have to teach any grammar or any writing, but I was there just to make them speak English with a native speaker. So we got to do really fun activities. The class could be whatever I wanted it to be, and they loved having an American that they could talk to who was about their age. The first day I went to work teaching English, I told them I was American, and the students told me that couldn't be true because I wasn't fat enough to be American. And I just laughed at them and I said, but not all Americans are like that. And they said, of course they are, you all eat McDonald's all the time. And so it was interesting to just see the stereotypes that exist about us, and to be able to break some of those stereotypes was very satisfying. I feel like my entire perspective on education and on the world has changed because of the experiences I've had in Paris. And there were just so many opportunities I had there that I never would have had here at Rutgers. And it enriched my academic experience so much. There are so many things I want to learn now because of what I was exposed to in Paris.